A quiet, tropical island in the Pacific Ocean. A nice conversation with my old college friend I hadn't seen in a while. You're buying a PlayStation Vita for IA Vocaloid, but you don't even know Kagero Days? Yes. Hello and welcome to a video where I say, Happy birthday, Iya! Thank you for a nice 2025 into early 2026, Mrs. Iya. I don't know how to integrate Vocaloid into Melovania, nor how to process this epic special interest that I randomly fell into, but you know what? Give me a birthday to celebrate and I will funk that day up. So I kind of have been wanting a Vocaloid thing where I share what I've discovered or reflect on the year, but I already work way too hard in December for the video game video. People don't even watch those. And I decided, you know what? Let's just celebrate the birthdays. Let's take my favorite Vocaloids, Utaloids, and other singing robots and celebrate the last year of adventure and discovery in music on their day, and Iya gets to be the first one. So here I am. I have a bushel full of stories about the enduring appeal of Miss Iya Lloyd, and I would like to share them with you so we can all love Iya so much. Iya came into my life on one very, very specific January evening. A Voca Boomer friend showed up totally randomly, coming to town to see the Project Sekai movie, because the place they live 2 hours away does not offer such luxuries, but from my apartment, we could walk 45 minutes through the snow and the rice to go to a mall and watch it. So we had a really nice evening talking about things, and of course, I was only into Vocaloid for maybe 5 months at that point, so they're teaching me all this stuff from being a boomer, and there's one topic that keeps coming up. Nico Nico Cho. I didn't even know what that was, but they were like, oh yeah, that's the good stuff. That was the real stuff. I wish that was going on while I was in Japan. No family-friendly restrictions from Pia Pro. No fucking rules. Just pure Vocaloid. And I said... And then later we watched it, and oh my gosh. So we watched a bunch of stuff, but nothing stuck out like 2015. This is a Nico Nico Cho I have rewatched maybe 20 times in the last year. It has such good flow, it has hype moments and aura, it has a Splatoon reference because it's 2015. I love that concert. Seriously good food, but nothing stuck out quite like this one weird new thing that caught my eye. There was this one ethereal, ghostly guitar idea hanging and reverberating on the open air in that white-haired girl's song. I don't know who she was. I didn't really get what was going on anyway, but my friend said it was called Kodoku Donri, which isn't true, but now I also call it that. I mean, that's what she says in the chorus. It's this pun on logic and lonely, and it sounds really good, and she goes, Kodoku don, dee, brr, 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 brr. And, yeah, that sealed my fate. Genjitsu Teki Ronri Shigusha, a logical, practical idealist. The song was my first impression of Iya. Cool, introspective, almost spacey with the guitar idea. This has been the Iya song for me personally. It's the rock upon which I built my little Iya palace of songs I've discovered. It's pretentious, it's very navel-gazy, it's weird and awkward and not like other girls and wallflowery. I would have felt very cool and aloof listening to it in middle school, and possibly hidden inside of it like Radiohead. And you know what, that's pretty much still how it works when I'm 27 listening to it. I realize most people know Iya from slightly more poppy and fun stuff, like the aforementioned Kagero Days series of songs, which I do like songs from, like UK Yesterday and stuff like that. But for me, because the first time I met Iya was Kodoku Ronri, Genjutsu Teki Ronri Shigusha, in Nico Nico Cho, I'm just like, it fits so much better. I just think like that guitar idea, the almost shoegazy feel to it. It's this very cool ethereal vibe that totally fits her character design. And this moment, like, locked in. Bam! I've never been able to shake it. That melancholy, detached vibe is so addicting, and That's one of my favorite memories. That's the original memory with IA. That is the song that I would say, this is my IA song. I give to you, IA Vocaloid. Kuroku Only is so nice. Please listen to it. So I often will say that from my experience with Vocaloid, the popular stuff does largely fall into like rock pop mix. Like the stuff I've been to like CD stores where there's like metal, R&B, hip hop, jazz, pop rock, and then pop rock covers like everything, like radio pop, alt rock, indie rock, like so many. All of Guitar Hero probably fits under pop rock. I feel like most popular Vocaloid songs, and my tastes have been shaped by the Project Diva canon for the most part. I don't think they often stray that far from like mainstream pop rock sound, but even though Kuroku Only ultimately is this fun, singable, song with a good chorus, there are people out there who get what I mean, and they took the whole IA and cool guitar things and went further. Part 2 of my nice memories with IA is a producer or group called Terra. Terra make these post-rock Vocaloid songs with slightly rough tuning, using a good variety. Usually Miku, Iya, Kayuki, I think, are kind of the big three. Pretty good variety, but the sound is exactly what I'm talking about here. Wailing, spangling, reverberating walls of guitar noise are kind of the best thing to listen to when you're deep in the cold of winter. That warmth is wonderful, but then the twinkling of something like Vocaloid vocals mixed in there just kind of elevates it to something more heavenly. That's the sweet spot for me with big guitar wall music. Some songs have pretty harsh tuning on the vocals, as I mentioned, like straight up metallic, but I don't know, I feel like that has its own appeal. And stuff like this that's not afraid to be like decidedly niche might be what turns somebody from seeing Vocaloid as this kind of homogenous rock pop, high energy J-pop kind of thing to something that would align with their tastes, There's definitely something out there for everybody, even if it takes a while to find it. And Terra has been a cool niche, and having somebody making this sound, this use of IA, among other Vocaloids, has helped to make the IA experience feel more alive for me. Which is ironic, because now that I'm recording this and getting B-roll, I looked on their website, and it looks like they use Gen AI for their album art now, which really sucks. They had a good thing going where they kind of scribbled, they did their own art the way that I might, they just drew their best characters on the album art, and I thought it looked so cool and so like grunge and hip. But no, for the last couple months, I guess I didn't notice they've been using Gen AI, which is shitty. But speaking of finding your niche, yeah, I did buy that PlayStation Vita, and I did buy it for IA Vocaloid. She has a rhythm game. She has IA VT, which is an anagram for Vita, and it's like Project Diva, but for her. And it's really nice. So for starters, there's not that much 3D animation in all of IA VT. Just, the Project Diva dancing 3D models, that's not the point. There are songs like that, but they don't get a lot of animation. The real focus is on 2D music videos, which gives the whole thing a pretty distinct vibe, in my opinion. There's everything from racing cars on the street to complicated fantasy plot lines to slice of life themed songs, and it covers all these different bases with that style. But by and large, the most common and like powerful style of song I've noticed in this game is the kind of psychedelic, thoughtful, low-key videos. As I'm hammering home my point about my prejudice on IA, yeah, I think these songs are really nice. IA has a really nice voice for that kind of feel, and the totally uncapped song length that this game boasts means that songs like Falling Apart can clock in at 7.5 minutes, and yet they are near instant clicks for me every time I play. It's cool, it's different, it's soothing to really sink into a game like that. I don't know. Beyond calling it a hidden gem, beyond calling it surprisingly good, I just feel like focusing on 2D songs, videos, and letting them be as long as they want to creates these trances and these very specific feelings that I haven't gotten so much from Project Diva. So yeah, it makes me happy. And Kodoku Rondi is in fact a part of it, which was super nice to find out. But I thought that Donna Sekai Toshitemo was gonna be there, and it's not. That's, I don't know, for some reason I thought that was gonna be there. It could have been a good finale. It's this breathtaking, melancholy guy who always gives me chills, and I really thought it was in the game for some reason. Though the presence of a Kikuo song in this lawless world does kind of make up for that. And that pretty much covers story time. Next year? Next year? Am I gonna be back? I don't know. This is my first time doing one of these videos. We'll see. Ia's become like my 5th or 4th favorite Vocaloid. Rin and Gumi are the 2 big ones. And then after that, Miku, Ia, and Luca. When is Luca's birthday? I should Google when Luca's birthday is. Those 3 are kind of the other chunk of my like big 5 that I'm always listening to. And yeah, maybe she has an argument for 3rd. Like, yeah, maybe. I mean, she's competing with Miku, but yeah, she's just been cool. I feel like we kind of have a similar wavelength. I enjoy the stuff that people make with her. And she really gave a lot of life to my PlayStation Vita from day one. Like, truly, I never could have imagined finding a use for a Vita because I don't play much for non-Nintendo, non-indie type games, or I didn't used to. And then she really made me realize, nah, it's fun to be a niche anime bitch, actually. Even if the poor Vita has now had its soul corrupted by niche or anime bitches, which we'll talk about on the Vita's birthday maybe, but that's for later. So yeah, next year, maybe this will be back, and maybe I'll be back with more stories, and maybe songs and things that are actually from this decade, and maybe artists who don't use generative AI. And in the meantime, please enjoy some pale, moody days of reflection with Ia before the color and the light return to our world in spring. Wait, I said I didn't want any more big, heavy, like large workload videos for the end of the year, but guess what the last video is going to be? It's going to be the Kagamine video. I'm going to have to do Rin and Len at the end of every year if I keep this up. What the fuck?